Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we are exploring some of the most terrifying monsters in mythology. From ancient Greek beasts to contemporary urban legends, these creatures have been the subject of nightmares for centuries. In this video we dive into the origins and characteristics of Minotaur, Cerberus, Medusa, and many more. But be warned, some of these myths may keep you awake at night. So if you're brave enough, grab a flashlight and join us on a journey into the world of the scariest monsters from the myths. The Minotaur is a mythical creature that appears in Greek mythology. It was a monstrous creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull, and it was said to dwell in a labyrinth on the island of Crete. According to myth, the Minotaur was the offspring of the Cretan queen Pasiphaë and a white bull sent by the god Zeus as punishment for King Minos' hubris. The Minotaur was born with the body of a man and the head of a bull, and it was so terrifying and savage that Minos had it imprisoned in a labyrinth, a complex maze, in order to contain it. The Minotaur was eventually slain by the hero Theseus, who entered the labyrinth and found the creature with the help of the princess Ariadne, who provided him with a ball of thread that he used to find his way out. Despite its fearsome reputation, the Minotaur was not necessarily depicted as a malevolent creature. In some versions of the myth, it was said to be peaceful and gentle, and it was only driven to violence when provoked. In popular culture, the Minotaur is often depicted as a monstrous and savage creature, and it is often used as a symbol of primal instincts and uncontrolled desires. It is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the dangers of hubris and the consequences of defying the gods. Cerberus is a mythical creature that appears in Greek mythology. It is a giant, three-headed dog that guards the entrance to the underworld, preventing the dead from leaving and the living from entering. According to myth, Cerberus was the offspring of the monsters Typhon and Echidna, and it was raised by the god Hades, who made it the guardian of the underworld. The three heads of Cerberus represent the past, the present, and the future, and it is said to have a serpent's tail and mane of snakes. Cerberus is known for its formidable strength and ferocity, and it is said to be able to breathe fire and poison. It is also said to be immune to all forms of attack, including weapons and magic. In popular culture, Cerberus is often depicted as a fierce and fearsome guardian, and it is often used as a symbol of death and the afterlife. It is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the dangers of the unknown and the power of fear. Medusa is a mythical figure that appears in Greek mythology. She was a Gorgon, a creature with snakes for hair and the ability to turn people to stone with her gaze. According to myth, Medusa was once a beautiful woman, but she was punished by the goddess Athena for being raped by the sea god Poseidon in one of the goddess's temples. Athena transformed Medusa's hair into snakes and cursed her with the ability to turn anyone who looked into her eyes to stone. Medusa was eventually slain by the hero Perseus, who was able to avoid her gaze by using a reflective shield given to him by Athena. He then beheaded Medusa, and her head became a powerful weapon, capable of turning anyone who looked at it to stone. In popular culture, Medusa is often depicted as a monster and a symbol of the dangers of female sexuality and the consequences of defying the gods. She is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the power of the gaze and the way in which people can be turned into objects by being objectified or stigmatized. The Hydra is a mythical creature that appears in Greek mythology. It is a giant, serpentine monster with multiple heads, and it is known for its regenerative powers. According to myth, the Hydra was the offspring of the monsters Typhon and Echidna, and it was raised by the god Hera, who made it the guardian of a spring on the island of Lerna. The Hydra had 9 heads, and if one was cut off, 2 more would grow in its place. It was also said to be immune to all forms of attack, including weapons and magic. The Hydra was eventually slain by the hero Heracles, who was able to defeat it by using a flaming torch to cauterize the wounds as he cut off each head, preventing them from regenerating. In popular culture, a Hydra is often depicted as a formidable and dangerous monster, and it is often used as a symbol of the dangers of hubris and the power of persistence. It is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the way in which problems can multiply and grow if they are not addressed properly. The Gorgons were a group of mythical creatures that appear in Greek mythology. They were female monsters with snakes for hair and the ability to turn people to stone with their gaze. According to myth, the Gorgons were the daughters of the sea god Phorcys and the monster Ceto. They were said to be so terrifying that even the gods were afraid of them. The most famous of the Gorgons was Medusa, who was said to be the only one of the three who was mortal. The Gorgons were said to have snakes for hair, sharp teeth and claws, and wings made of bronze. They were also said to have the ability to turn anyone who looked into their eyes to stone. In popular culture, the Gorgons are often depicted as monsters and symbols of the dangers of female sexuality and the consequences of defying the gods. They are also sometimes used as a metaphor for the power of the gaze and the way in which people can be turned into objects by being objectified or stigmatized. The Chimera is a mythical creature that appears in Greek mythology. It is a monster with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. According to myth, the Chimera was the offspring of the monsters Typhon and Echidna, and it was said to breathe fire and terrorize the city of Lycia in Anatolia. The Chimera was eventually slain by the hero Bellerophon, who rode on the back of the winged horse Pegasus and used a spear tipped with a block of lead to slay the beast. In popular culture, the Chimera is often depicted as a monstrous and savage creature, and it is often used as a symbol of the dangers of hubris and the consequences of defying the gods. It is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the way in which different parts of ourselves can be at odds with one another, or for the way in which different aspects of a situation can be incompatible. The Sphinx is a mythical creature that appears in Greek mythology. It is a monster with the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the head of a human, often depicted as female. According to myth, the Sphinx was a creature that guarded the city of Thebes, posing a riddle to travelers and killing those who could not answer. The riddle was, what goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The correct answer was man, who crawls on all 4s as a baby, walks on 2 legs as an adult, and uses a cane in old age. The Sphinx was eventually slain by the hero Oedipus, who correctly answered the riddle and freed the city from its curse. In popular culture, the Sphinx is often depicted as a wise and enigmatic creature, and it is often used as a symbol of the power of knowledge and the dangers of pride. It is also sometimes used as a metaphor for the way in which people can be trapped by their own thoughts and beliefs. And these were the most terrifying monsters in mythology. Let us know in the comments which terrifying monsters from mythology would you choose and why. I would choose the Hydra because the monster is dangerous and because of its looks with multiple heads. And if you have a topic we should discuss, let me know in the comments, and who knows, I might discuss your topic in the next video. Thank you for joining us on our journey through the world of Greek mythology. We hope you enjoyed learning about the mythological creatures we explored today. From the fearsome Minotaur to the powerful Gorgons, these mythical beings have captured the imaginations of people for centuries. We hope that you will continue to follow us on our channel as we delve into more fascinating stories from the ancient world. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.